Hello everyone, I present to you today my book talk. The book that I'm going to be talking about today is Touching Spiritbear by Ben Michelson, and the book was published on January 9th, 2001, and the book is suspected to be set around the time it was published. The themes explored include Aboriginal culture, survival, respect, acceptance, recovery, forgiveness, empathy, behavior, nature, and elders. The genre of this novel is realistic fiction, as it depicts the lives and situations of many troubled teenagers. The author, Ben Michelson, was born in 1952 in Bolivia to Danish parents, whom were both missionaries. He attended Concordia College and Bemidji State University, and he has won many awards throughout his career, including the International Reading Association Award and the Western Writers' Golden Spur Award. His novels have won critical acclaim, as well as several Reader's Choice Awards. These novels include Rescue, Josh Maguire, Sparrowhawk Red, Stranded, Countdown, Petey, and Touching Spiritbear. Ben's articles and photos appear in numerous magazines around the world, and he has been writing full-time since 1984. Ben and his wife reside in a log cabin just outside of Bozeman, Montana, and he was the owner, actually, of 700-pound black bear for 26 years until its death in 2010, and his love of bears was an inspiration for this novel. The novel begins with Cole Matthews, who is a very angry 15-year-old from Minneapolis, Minnesota, who has been troubled his entire life. He is a juvenile delinquent and for years has been in and out of juvenile detention centers and therapists' offices due to his criminal actions. His parents are possibly the root of his problems. His father is a raging, abusive alcoholic and physically beats him on a daily basis. And he was also abused himself as a child. His mother, who witnesses the abuse and does nothing to stop, is terrified of Cole's father. Cole finally realizes that he may have taken his criminal behavior too far, when he severely injures his schoolmate Peter Driscoll, who he has previously preyed on in the past. Peter witnesses Cole breaking into a store and beats him up, and in the process smashes Peter's head onto the concrete ground, causing him possible permanent brain damage. Desperately trying to find an alternative to going to prison, he seeks the help of Native American parole officer, Garvey. Garvey suggests Circle Justice, a healing program of Native American origin, specifically the Tlingit tribe. Garvey strongly believes that Circle Justice could have a permanent effect on Cole's behavior and outlook on life, ending his criminal and violent behavior. Cole agrees, and a series of circles meet in order to decide his sentence. The circle decides that by banishing Cole to a remote island off the coast of Alaska and estranging him to the outside world, he will learn his lesson and he will be able to redeem himself. Cole bitterly arrives on the island with Garvey as well as Edwin, an elder of the Tlingit tribe. Garvey and Edwin mention the spirit bear, an all-white black bear that is suspected to live nearby. Cole says that if he sees the bear, he's going to kill it. As soon as Edwin and Garvey leave, Cole begins acting out by setting things on fire and attempting to escape the island by jumping in the ocean and swimming away. He eventually sees the bear and immediately attempts to kill it by stabbing it. The bear viciously fights back and severely mauls Cole, leaving him with multiple injuries such as a broken arm, broken ribs, and a broken pelvis, as well as many gashes in his skin. Unable to move, Cole begins to starve and accepts the fact that he is going to die. Cole is on the brink of death when suddenly he is rescued by Garvey and Edwin, who have come back on the island to check on him. Cole is taken back to Minneapolis in order to heal his injuries and go through physical therapy. During Cole's recovery in Minneapolis, his mother approaches him and apologizes to him for never putting a stop to his father's abuse, and that she's decided that she's going to press charges against him. After 6 months of physical recovery, the circle decides that Cole must return to the island, but at this time Edwin will be staying with him. Cole is fearful returning to the island and thinks that he will be mauled again by the spirit bear. Edwin very quickly begins Cole's spiritual healing process. Edwin teaches Cole many rituals in order for him to sustain his healing and forgiveness. As Cole's recovery is coming to an end, Edwin tells him that Peter, the boy that he had beaten up and caused brain trauma, has become severely depressed and has attempted to commit suicide, twice. Cole suggests that Peter should come to the island to see how far he has come with his healing, and how much he has changed as a person. Peter's parents agree, as long as they are supervised by Garvey. The two soon become friends, and they learn to forgive each other, very quickly. And at the end, they each carve a circle on the last base of the totem pole to represent the completion of their healing and forgiveness, as well as their newfound friendship. Cole is the protagonist of the story, but also the main antagonist, as his behavioral problems and actions are the main cause of the conflict and why he is sent away, causing the major conflict in the story to be person versus person. The minor conflict in this story is when Cole is mauled by the spirit bear, causing him injuries and having to return to Minnesota to physically recover. This makes the spirit bear an antagonist also, because it was the cause of Cole's injuries and also the reason why he was fearful to return to the island. Edwin and Garvey are secondary characters. Not much detail is given about them. All we find out about them is their origin and occupations. They are shown to be very strong in their Native American faith and spirit, though they do play a major role in the story, as they are the reason for Cole's recovery. Peter is also a secondary character, but is the reason why Cole is shown to be a protagonist and an antagonist. Because of him is the reason why we see that Cole's actions are the cause of the conflict. An example of sociocultural context in this novel is how society doesn't give enough second chances and what the power of forgiveness can bestow. And also society's doubt that even the most troubled people can heal. I'll read you a passage. People change in two ways, with slow, persistent pressure or with a single and sudden traumatic experience. I believe that something significant has happened to Cole on this island. And yes, maybe people don't change completely overnight, but I believe they can change direction overnight. Facing in a new direction is the first step to any new journey. And that example was a quote from Edwin, and he was defending Cole, saying that he had changed, and it is possible for even the most horribly behaved people to change, and how important forgiveness is, and how much society doubts that power. Another example of sociocultural context shows that the system for troubled youth is very broken, and society fails to realize that there could be a root to their problems, as many of them are victims of abuse. A connection I made while reading this novel is that I, probably as well as many other people, have realized what they had done to someone was wrong and desperately wanted somebody's forgiveness, like Cole wanted Peter's forgiveness for what he did to him. And Cole receiving a second chance had a serious impact on his life, and I've been in situations myself where second chances had a serious impact on my life, and I think also a lot of people can relate to this. I recommend this book to people that enjoy reading about tough, realistic subjects, and also people that are interested in learning about different cultures. I really enjoyed this book because I was very moved by it, and I think that everybody can learn something from it. This book really does show that no matter your situation, healing is still possible.